Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at SynthMaster 2 and a look at its filters. Right, so SynthMaster 3 will be with us soon. So a lot of this will be relevant to that as well. Okay, so I have just initialized this patch. Now, it's not even a sound design tutorial, it's just me noodling around with SynthMaster 2. But mainly having a look at the filters, different filter types we have. So I've just initialized the preset. So we end up with a basic sawtooth waveform here on Oscillator 1 on layer 1. Now, before you change any filter stuff like this, a good idea is either A, have a limiter on, or make sure you just turn the volume down each time you change a filter type. So we start off with this initialized preset. We have a sawtooth and a SVF, state variable filter on low pass. So we need to turn it on, and there it is, a default setting. Over here you have, I have no distortion on, but you can have distortion before filter, after filter, inside filter. We don't need to worry about distortion. We have pre-gain and drive. And then we have our cutoff frequency here. So we're giving it a little bit of boost, even with the cutoff full open and the resonance down. You also have a volume control here for the filter, which then takes over, obviously, from the main oscillator. Let's give this a little bit of release on the envelope. So all this is in your init preset. You don't need to do anything other than play with the controls that are on the screen. I'm going to change the type to OB because I like it. You get longer release. It's polyphonic. So the state variable filter is extremely smooth. Let's play with the resonance now. Again, just turn the volume down, either on the oscillator. This gives you a real wide range of sounds very kind of wave-ish now. Now you can adjust the volume to suit, of course. Really simple sound. But, you know, it's really good. You can still use that sound. Very simple, and that's basically all down to the resonance of the filter. Key tracking here. It's going to close that frequency, the cutoff frequency down. The lower we go down the keyboard. It's going to self-oscillate. So again, very cool. So before we look at the other filter types, let's make the sound a little bit more interesting. I'm going to stick with a sawtooth because you can hear filters better. But if we got analog drift here as well, which is good for getting that analog vibe kind of sound. So You won't hear it much on just one oscillator or one voice. So we're going to add in 4 extra voices here. And again, when you do that, you're basically increasing the volume. So make sure you turn your volume down. Turn the volume down a little bit for now. So now we've basically stacked 4 of these sawtooth waves on top of each other. And if I adjust the amount of analog drift now, you'll hear the difference. As the 4 stacked voices drift slowly in and out of tune. This is just detuning them all. This is adjusting the phase. You won't really hear any of this. This high cut is another filter in itself. So if we open up the filter full and close the high cut down on the oscillator, now this is a cool thing. Let's go into voices now, and now we can start to detune these voices and spread them across the stereo field. So now we've got this kind of nice sound, nice kind of keyboard sound, which we could turn into a pad, of course, by increasing the attack. Hang on a minute, I'm just going to let Watson out. Lovely. So we're still on our state variable filter. We can also control a detune curve. Really nice. We'll use that as a basis for our next filter. So state variable. Let's go up to digital now. Now I have a couple of favorites here. I love the virtual analog. The diode ladder is marvelous. We're going to look at the digital filter now. So again, like I said, please be careful with the volumes. Go back into oscillator. We can use our layer control here just to control the volume overall. So that's absolutely fine. Now we have 12 dB and a 24 dB slope, as you'll see what happens. So this is 12 dB, so much smoother cut off, and then 24 is quite harsh. So this is gonna, if we have it on 24, we're really gonna hear the resonance as we start to bring this up. So I'll turn the volume down on the filter. Whereas if it was 12, it's not so noticeable, but on 24, filters are a really important part of designing your sound, you know. And that sounds quite nice. I mean, there's no effects on this. I mean, with a sound like this, you would really appreciate it if there was a lot of reverb on that sound, right? I'm not going to do that, but you know what I mean. Okay. Now, of course, we can use an LFO if we want to modulate anything we like. You know, I'm not going to, I've done all this stuff, but so now, by adjusting our envelope, we've turned this into quite a nice keyboard sound with very little effort and mainly all down to the filter. I must admit that the 12 decibel slope on this does sound nicer than the 24. So we also have type, and these will change depending. Okay, so in the for example, if I look at now, say the SVF, the state variable filter, I go into the type here, you'll see we have multi-mode, band stops, incredible, band stop, band pass, high pass, and low pass. If we're in digital, we have lots of different types. We have high pass, band pass, low shelf, high shelf, all pass, comb, peaking, multi-mode, and dual. So if we look at the comb, and don't forget, we're in the digital filter now, again, we must be careful. Get typical comb filtering. This can get really extremes. That's why I say please be careful when you messing around with different filter types. We can and then we can get more sensible with our volume, because I'm not gonna go bonkers again. Right, so, and then you've got peaking filters. Go into high shelf filtering. And these are different types in the digital category. Now, virtual and analog, It's one of my favorites here. You have multi-mode in this as well. Which is basically going to sweep through. You'll have low pass, high pass, band pass. And this is in a virtual analog. Band stop in virtual analog. So again, if we use band stop, we can get some really interesting results if we push the resonance up. But like I said, please be careful with the volume. So you start to get this very digital feel. Really dissonant, but you can tune it if you're careful. Now, if we run this, let's turn it right down. Sorry, we're only hitting the filter, so we need to be really careful. So great fun to be had with these band stop type filters. And then we have a general low pass filter, of course. In the virtual analog as well. Volume management is key. This has got variable slope as well. Now we have two filters, but they're the same, so we're not going to, but you can sort out down here in your routing how these filters are routed. You can have them in split, then you can have them in parallel, and then you can have them in series. So filter oscillator 1 and oscillator 2, well, in our case oscillator 1, because we're not using oscillator 2, is going to run through filter 1. And if we turn filter 2 on now, it's going to go into filter 2 before it goes to the effects, and then obviously out. Okay, so ladder filter is like a Moog filter. Very cool. So Getting into the realms of special effects sound design. Very cool. And again, you have different types. You only have the 4 for this. You have the band stop. Awesome stuff, and a few other high pass, low pass, band pass. Okay, now the diode filter. This is really nice. This filter. Let's snap this back up into some sort of. Let's get some volume on it as well. So maybe a different waveform will be good for this. If we go to, say, square. Okay. That's really nice. And we have different types. Oh, no, we don't. Look, we only have a low pass in the diode. But I think the resonance sounds really nice. I think with something like the diode or any filter, adding a bit of LFO to the frequency or the resonance, maybe. Listen. I think the resonance. So let's just pick this LFO up here and drop it on this. And I think we're going to definitely slow the speed down. Maybe we can make this bipolar as well, so it travels past this point. As we watch the and reduce its effect. Sounds nice. Okay. Guys, I'm going to leave it here because really I was just messing around, but I thought some of you might find it a little bit interesting if you want to mess around with SynthMaster too. Let's have this doubled, and let's add another waveform in here just for fun. I don't know. So we're basically crossfading between this sine wave. Let's take the gate. And this, one of Dean's waves. I think I'll have trigger mode as global. So all that means is the LFO will continue to run when I change keys. It's a bit louder. Awesome stuff. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to carry on messing with this. Guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. This video is only designed to appeal to the people who are really into it. Awesome. See you guys later. Ta-da.